Trump just called into Fox and Friends to recap the debate last night. And by recap, I mean try to hold back tears while doubling down on all of the craziest lies that he told. He also turns on Fox News and says they didn't praise him enough. He talks about the election being rigged. We have a lot to cover and not a lot of time, so leave a like and subscribe below. In this first clip, Donald Trump rambles about how it was a rigged deal, last night's debate.
Mr. President, how do you feel about the night? 105 minutes long. You've done this before. I think your eighth one. What is your review of your performance?
Well, I looked at the poll numbers. I listened to Harold Ford. I don't know what he was watching because I think he wasn't watching the debate that I was in yesterday. I think we did great. It was 3-1. It was a rigged deal, as I assumed it would be, because when you looked at the fact that they were correcting everything and not correcting with her.
Maybe it's the fact that you were the one that repeatedly lied on stage, and when Donald Trump says something is rigged, keep in mind, he said the Emmys were rigged. He said the Iowa caucuses were rigged. The Republican primaries were rigged. He said his court cases were rigged. The election was rigged, and now the debate is rigged. I think he's just a sore loser.
And we knew it when it was 100% good coverage for her over the last month or last year. I looked at it, and only bad coverage of me, no matter what. The press is so dishonest in this country, it's amazing. Now, I didn't mind because, frankly, I was pretty sure that's what they would do. CNN was much more honorable. The debate we had with Biden was a much more honorably run debate. But this was incredible. I mean, everything, so many things I said were debunked, totally debunked, like Charlottesville.
What is he saying right now? He is literally just rambling, saying everything I said was debunked on stage. Yeah, because you repeatedly lied.
I have a list of 7 different things, and she could say anything she wanted, everything. Every time I spoke and my stuff was right, they'd correct you.
Donald Trump also wonders why he has a bunch of bad headlines, maybe because over the past month, you've melted down at the National Association of Black Journalists. You keep holding these emergency press conferences and talking about E. Jean Carroll and other women in disgusting ways. Does Kamala Harris do any of that? No, she doesn't. She doesn't deserve the bad headlines.
I thought it was terrible from the standpoint of ABC. They're the most dishonest, in my opinion, the most dishonest news organization, and that's saying a lot because they're all essentially really dishonest.
There he is, waging war on the media. In this next clip, Trump is clearly very aware that he lost a debate, that he got his ass kicked, and he said that Kamala Harris maybe got the answers from the moderators before the debate. That is not what you say after you won a debate. That is not what you say.
Kamala doesn't do any shows. She doesn't do interviews. She doesn't talk to people. She doesn't do anything like that. And that's not fair to the public because they don't know what they're getting. But they saw last night what they had. They had a rigged show with somebody that maybe even had the answers. I mean, I'll be honest. I watched her talk. And I said, she seems awfully familiar with the questions, and you get pretty good at that stuff after a while.
Literally, I was on the live stream before, and we were writing out what questions we thought would happen, and we said the first question would be about the economy. There would be a question about abortion and immigration. You have to have terrible political instincts to not know what those questions were going to be. Did he not think he was going to get asked about January 6th, or?
But when I saw how totally rigged that was, I take a look at it, and I watch, and I say, you have to get out there. And one of the things I did is I said, let's do this show at, what time is it? 6:30 in the morning. And it's an honor to do it. But you have to go out and you have to do the shows. You have to go out and do media. And some of the media is honest. It's not all dishonest. That's the good news. But much of it is. I'd say it's close to 80%. And I mean seriously dishonest.
I wonder which member of his campaign staff had to tell him that Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala after that terrible debate night. I wonder if somebody was shaking, going, it's like, sir, Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala, and he threw ketchup at the wall. But in this next clip, Donald Trump, again, I want to play this again. Listen.
This was incredible. I mean, everything, so many things I said were debunked.
Yeah, because you lied over and over and over. I don't get what the point was there. Donald Trump then says he doesn't want Martha McCallum or Brett Baer moderating any of his debates because they didn't praise him enough. Just watch.
Mr. President, I know when we started the interview, you said that you felt that you won the debate last night, your best ever. I think before the debate happened last night, the Kamala Harris people said that they would actually like to do another debate in October. And I know that last night Fox News sent letters to your campaign and her campaign offering 3 dates of debates moderated by Martha and Brett. One is October 9th in Arizona.
Well, I wouldn't want to have Martha and Brett. I'd love to have somebody else other than Martha and Brett.
He clearly doesn't want to do the debate at all.
Other than Martha and Brett. I'd love to have, frankly, Sean or Jesse or Laura, somebody else. Let's give other people a shot. But I didn't think Martha and Brett were good last night. I thought Jesse was fantastic last night, what he said. Jesse really got it. Jesse said Trump won that debate. We won that debate by a lot. No, I wouldn't want Martha.
So he wants sycophants, and just look at the faces of the people sitting there. They look they look stressed out for sure. I mean, the one dude that is holding up your network is saying that he doesn't like 2 of your more moderate hosts. I'm not saying that Bret Baier is moderate. I'm just saying relative to Jesse Waters, Bret Baier knows how to toe that line. But look at their faces. They're all panicked. This dude doesn't move. He's like
somebody else.
He is so panicked. I also want to play you this clip of Trump talking about Taylor Swift and saying, I actually like Miss Mahomes a lot more. It's just, it's ego.
Hey, I've got a quick question for you. Out of nowhere, after the debate last night, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. What do you think?
Well, I actually like Mrs. I actually like Mrs. Mahomes much better, if you want to know the truth. She's a big Trump fan. I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time. She couldn't. You couldn't possibly endorse Biden. You look at Biden, you couldn't possibly endorse him. But she's a very liberal person. She seems to always endorse a Democrat, and she'll probably pay a price for it in the marketplace. But no, I like Brittany. I think Brittany's great. Brittany got a lot of news last week. She's a big MAGA fan.
So Taylor Swift will take a hit in the marketplace, but Brittany Mahomes somehow will become I don't know. Taylor Swift is at the peak of her career. Here's Donald Trump telling Fox News while they're in a diner to take a snap poll. Ask them who won.
And I hope that Lawrence, if you're listening, Lawrence, I hope you go and do a little shout-out poll. And I don't know the people there, but I love the people there. I can see it. But why don't you do a shout-out poll who they thought won the debate last night? It would be great.
We always do the poll at the end, Mr. President. I think
why don't you do it while I'm on the phone now?
Okay.
He really wants it. Look at Trump says, why don't you do it all on the phone? This is some weird, unhinged stuff. Just to take a step back, Trump is always unhinged, but this meltdown is next level. He is basically leveraging his power over Fox News to say, I don't want Bret Baier and Martha to moderate a debate. I want your more radical ones. He's saying that the debate was rigged. He's exerting pressure on these people to do a snap poll. The entire thing is just so incredibly unhinged and weird, and this comes after Trump's terrible debate performance. I think that Trump is losing his mind. He's slipping in the polls. He knows deep down that he lost the debate. Of course, he'll never admit it. He'll never admit that he lost anything. But Donald Trump, if he knows one thing, it's how he comes across on camera. I hate the dude, but he knows how he's coming across on camera at all moments. He knows if he's being unhinged that he can manipulate these headlines. And I think he knew last night that he lost on every single segment. I think he knows that he lost on every single segment. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment a blue heart, use code DEBATE for 15% off my merch, and have a great day. Peace out.